What's going on, everybody? Thanks for checking in to Rock the Watches Big Comfy Couch Session. What we're going to talk about today is, now work with me here. It's a little bit of a stretch, but I was thinking about it. What reminded me of this was the SKX. I was thinking of the SKX and I was like, man, those things have gotten expensive. They practically doubled in price. You can still find a new one. And I'm saying Seiko eventually discontinued it. So my question to you is, technically, are all watch models from all watch brands technically limited editions? So before we get into that big whole question, guys, please, if you don't know, I opened up a website where I sell a lot of the watches that I review, some of them from my personal collection. It's Rockthewatchcom. I'll put a link in the description in the description below. Go over, check it out, give it a look over. We just got in Oris Lake Baikal limited edition. That's kind of ties into this conversation too. I got some Seiko Antarctica, Save the Ocean Antarctica Monsters with the little penguin feet. It's cool, man. Got Borealis Portus Calais just came in. I still have to review that one. Go check them out, man. See something you like, pick it up, help a brother out. So let's get back to the topic there. So are all watch models from all watch brands technically limited edition? Now I know they like, a consensus is, and I agree, I tend to agree with this, $1,000 pieces and below, anywhere between like 1,000 pieces and below is probably a pretty good limited edition. Okay, some Seiko will do some things like 999, or 9,999, just below 10,000. I don't know if you would technically write limited edition on it. That's a lot to be a limited edition. However, one could argue that all watches are limited editions. And follow me here, because they eventually stopped making them all. There were millions of SKXs, millions made. Okay, now, since they discontinued it a few years back, they ran out of their remaining stock, and to find a new one, I mean, there's prices, they used to go for under $200. You used to be able to pick them up on like Amazon. Now, for a brand new one in box, they're over $500. And as a matter of fact, I just heard someone say, I can't remember who it was, if it was you, somebody's video I was watching, and they said that be careful because people are now even faking SKXs as brand new in box. They're refurbishing and faking because they are bringing such high prices. So that was a limited edition. Patek Philippe, who's made the 5711, I know they keep saying it's discontinued and they keep bringing it out, but they said it was technically discontinued after all those years. So eventually you can't just go and pick up certain watches from 10, 20 years ago sometimes. So they all eventually get discontinued. And even to the point that the reference of it now, you might still call a certain, I don't know, let's say Submariner, right? Rolex still makes a Submariner. Will they ever discontinue the Submariner as a whole? I don't think so. Probably not. That's pretty much their bread and butter for the foreseeable future. However, they have discontinued reference numbers and changed and refreshed them over the years. So a Submariner from the 1960s looks similar to one nowadays, but there are, if you look at it, especially bracelet and clasp, movement, everything is technically different. So my question to you guys is, as stated before, are all watches technically limited editions because they have a limited lifespan before the company refreshes them? Now they might keep the same name, kind of like cars. I know a lot of time watches are compared to car models and stuff like that. You might have a Corvette from the 1950s and it's still called Corvette, a C1, first generation. It looks vastly different from a Corvette, a C8 Corvette nowadays. The C8 Corvette nowadays is like a spaceship compared to that thing. So technically they still kept the same name, but the C1 was a limited edition because they stopped production in the 1950s. So you guys agree with me? Do you disagree? I still think limited editions are technically 1,000 pieces and below, and they are written somewhere on there, limited edition. They are identified as a limited edition, but one could argue that they're all limited editions. So guys, if you like this type of content, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And as always, rock that watch.